What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the very first episode of the MPower Show. I'm Markeith Brayton and my co-host,
Donzaleigh Powell.
And we are so excited that you are joining us today for our very first episode. I can't think of a better person to ask the co-host. I have been thinking about this opportunity and creating a talk show beside my podcast in order to really bring a new flavor to the space of creating content. And when I was thinking about who could I bring to the table to co-host with me, because I knew I wanted some female energy in the space, the name that kept coming up every time was Donzaleigh Powell. I would always be seeing her doing so many things in the community, so many activities socially, and I thought this would be a great partnership and collaboration to create something that was for the people, to inspire you, to motivate you, to get you to move forward in your life toward your dreams. What you say, Donzaleigh?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Super excited. Can't wait to kind of delve in. I know we'll get deeper and deeper as we keep going, but thank you for the invite, for being on the show. And thank you all for tuning in, of course.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take some time to introduce ourselves to those of you who do not know who we are. As I stated, I am Markeith Brayton, professional speaker, personal brand strategist, and podcast host of the Maximize Your Brand podcast, where I really help people to hone in on their gifts, their talents, and their skills, and then teach them how do you build a business around what it is that you love to do. Because I think that we all have a calling, we all have a purpose for which we are designed to do and offer to the world. And I believe you also can make money at doing it. And so I'm so excited to have this other outlet, the MPower Show, to share more of who I am, to share more of my gifts and my abilities to be able to empower and inspire you along your journey.
I agree so much. So a little bit of background, I guess, related to me. So I am a consultant for D Connects LLC. Also a photographer, been doing that for years and years and years. And then here recently, I've kind of stepped out a little bit and also added the hosting and events. I've done them, but kind of making it a little bit more official. And I agree as far as I do feel like people have purpose. There is something about waking up and loving what you do, and to now be at a point where I can do those things and be able to generate income, take care of myself, do all of the things that I need to do is amazing, and it's a blessing. And I think we both want to help others with tapping into that and kind of getting into that space.
Yeah, that's good. So a little bit about the MPower Show and what you can expect from us as we move forward. You know, as I was thinking about creating this show, I wanted to create something that was going to help people to get unstuck. You know, I experienced so many clients of mine over the years who have just gotten stuck and gotten in that place of comfort. They have dreams, they have aspirations, they have the things that they want to do in their life, but yet life has kind of dealt them that hand of, is it really possible? Is it really possible?
I guess I've seen that quite a bit. Sometimes it's a various reasons that are going on. So like you said, it might just be life, some things, some temporary situations. Sometimes you have a whole life change where you're like, oh my goodness, can I juggle this and juggle what I've already got going on? And then of course you just kind of have all of those balls that get thrown at you that you just kind of have to figure out. And sometimes that can be so overwhelming. People just, I think they give up. They're so intimidated. Like, I don't want to do it.
Right. And so, you know, as we move along and I think about MPower, the M and the P, yes, it's the MPower Show, but I like to say that the M stands for maximize and the P is really for potential. I know that I'm a maximizer. A couple of years ago with one of my coaches, shout out to Darnell Jervy Harmon, she has all of her clients take what's called the Colby test. And what the Colby test does, it really shows you what your gift is as it pertains to how you take action, how you show up in the world, what impact you make in the world. And I am a maximizer. And what's interesting about that particular test is that a maximizer it says only about 8% of people who take the Kobe have maximizer as their number one. So I kind of felt very special because I'm the type of person who creatively, it's very difficult for me to come up with things just out of the clear air, right? But when I see something, I'm the type of person who goes through my head on how you can make it better. That's what a maximizer does, is that you see something that may be going on, might be an event, it may be someone's show, it may be someone's talent or gift, and you start thinking about, oh, you could do this and it'll translate into this. Or, no matter what it is, I am brought in to help people to maximize their potential, maximize their gifts, maximize whatever it is that they're doing. Organizations hire me a lot of times to come in to help them maximize their technology when it comes to live streaming or video. And so I really enjoy, just helping people to move to that next level. Because I think that we all have a desire to continue to grow and continue to mature, but sometimes we do get stuck in spaces.
Yes. Now, I know we've talked a little bit before. I love to help people. I do have that creative side as well, so I can imagine up too much stuff, and I have to kind of reel it in sometimes because I have all these images that just pop in my head, and I have to say, okay, Donzaleigh, you can't do everything. But when we talked before, you kind of helped to kind of show me exposure is really important to me. Primarily, I think it started just how I was brought up. We tried different things. We went good, bad, ugly. We got to see what the world had to offer, whether that was different foods, different areas of the city, some that might be good, some that are not so good, like fine dining and in the kind of hole in the walls. We really were exposed to that, and I'm very thankful for it. And so I like to encourage others to get outside of that box. Like, don't just be so tied down that you're not willing to learn or try other things. And I think that's helped me a lot.
Yeah, it's so helpful to have that exposure. We hear it all the time that individuals have a hard time believing that they can achieve a thing without having seen it first. Why do you think it's so important to see it first for people?
It's perfect that you say that or kind of bring up that type of scenario. So my background, I've done a lot of workforce development, which basically that is helping to cultivate the needs that are going to come in the future as far as work, careers, and all of those things. And from working with youth and young adults, and like I said, on special projects, you can see a lot of times, because on TV, all you see your doctors, your policemen, your lawyer, you got those same, roughly 10 things that are going on. And there's so much more to the world. So just by people being able to learn, it might be construction, but I can actually be behind the desk working on their marketing or in their accounting. I can actually be doing some type of high level drone work. Like, I like to work with my hands. I like video games, but I could do construction. Things that they have no idea they're even there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. As I think about why we're here, and today's show is really simply to kind of help you to understand why we are doing this, why we created this, because we both have a passion for people. We both have a passion to see people to succeed and to excel in their life. But we also know that people need help sometimes to move that needle. And sometimes it's just a small needle movement. And so that's what the MPower show is going to be all about, is helping you to make those small needle point moves in your life that get you to your destination. So I want to ask you a quick question. When I reached out to you about being a co-host with me on this show, why did you say yes?
Well, a lot of things ran through my mind real quick, but I think I pay attention. I pay attention a lot to things that are going on. And I've just, over the years, I've seen you be consistent. I'm real big. I'm almost as traditional as you can get. So when you talk about integrity, things like that, trying to, make sure that things are executed and excellent, that is what I like to strive for. And so if there was an opportunity like that, I definitely would want to make sure that it's someone that I have, even though didn't know you, I have a certain level of trust because I've been able to say, okay, I know he represents himself in a certain way. I don't have to be questioning, is he going to be hanging from the ceilings anyway? He's not.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And that is even good in the sense that you were talking about consistency and how even though you didn't know me personally like that, that consistency helped you to build some level of trust.
Absolutely.
And that's what you can expect from the MPower show, that we're going to be consistently producing shows each week. And right now we're going to produce one show a week as we move forward. And then maybe as time moves forward, we may be producing multiple shows a week because we really want this to grow. I've been watching so many people start podcasts and different shows, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, I started podcasting in 2015 and look at how it has taken off with so many other people and starting their shows. And I'm so glad that people are really starting to learn how to create content, learn how to create exposure for themselves because, that old saying that a hurt dog don't bark or don't wag his own tail or something, whatever. And that's true. Like nobody knows that you exist with whatever product, whatever service, whatever gift or talent that you have unless you share it with other people. So why is it so important for people to share and to give of themselves, their gift, their products, their talent?
Mm-hmm. I think sometimes you hear a lot, and I can understand in certain aspects, move in silence and all that, and that's all fine and good. But there's certain times where if you are running a business, you may be able to operate in silence, but usually you put in structures and other avenues to generate. But for people that are out here, we're trying to create content and things like that for people on a regular basis that are just looking for those nuggets, looking for something that just might spark their day and get them started, or might make them think, oh yeah, I really need to sit down and plan. I need to take a look at that. Those are the types of things that we want to just make sure that we're dropping those nuggets, dropping that spark that, who knows, you might run, take off, and please believe we want to hear your content too. So we'll definitely share how you can do that, but we would love to hear about what types of things are you wanting to hear about. We want to make sure that we hit those.
That's so good, so good. We definitely want to make sure. Some other things that we plan on doing as co-hosts and leveraging the show for is that we both love to MC events. Mm-hmm. We both love to, and I'm really more of an introvert. But the gift that God gave me is that ability to speak and to tell story and to be able to inspire and motivate people. And so I love standing on stages and inspiring people to movement, right? And we want to do more of that together and sometimes maybe separately, but we want to let you all know that we're open to emceeing events and having opportunities to do that. So if you have an event that's coming up and you want to reach out to Donzaleigh or we welcome the opportunity.
It's so funny because, again, even though we didn't know each other, quote unquote, like that, we do have a lot in common, both into fitness. We both love food. I mean, a lot of us do, right? You kind of have those things, but there's certain trails that we'll definitely go down and we'll delve into more to give you more. Oh, what's going on with fashion? It's just so much that's coming.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's talk a little bit around, what type of shows that we probably will have. I'm glad that you mentioned that we're both into fitness and we both love food. All about my Friday caramel donuts. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about some shows. What can some of the people expect to see from some of our shows?
Definitely, all of our shows will have some type of course, we talked about uplifting or motivational moments throughout them, just to kind of, again, create that spark. But as we got holidays coming up, definitely we'll touch on that and touch up not just superficial. We also want to go to the meaning and family and friends. We'll kind of delve into each one. So I don't want you to think, oh, it's just going to be a show about some holiday. I'm not even really quote unquote big on holidays, but I do understand what they can represent, and I love people. So he talked about he's mostly introvert. I do have some introvert. I consider myself to be an ambivert because I'm not 50-50. I'm more extrovert, but I think it's really important that as a more extrovert, I love to be around people. I love to bring them in. So I feel like we're a good pair because you've got yin and yang going on over here. So if you see me kind of spaz out a little bit, you'll know why.
And I've always considered myself an ambivert too, but leaning more towards the introvert side. Like Donzaleigh has some events coming up where she's the socialite. And she's like, well, you could come here and we could do this. And I'm like, okay, I'll come, but so this is going to be great. Some other shows that I think that you'll want to tune into is that we're going to delve into mental health. We're going to delve into entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about lifestyle type things, even want to get into some fashion opportunities and have people come on the show as well. We'll have guests to come on. We want to treat this just like this is the new type of Tamron Hall or Oprah Winfrey or you name it talk show. Like we really want to build this for people to really have something to look forward to each and every week. And who knows, maybe one day we will be like a Tamron Hall or Oprah Winfrey and we're on Monday through Friday at a specific time. You can watch the show. So that is episode number 1 for the MPower show. We just want to come in, share with you what we're going to be doing, why we are here, introduce ourselves and let you know we are here to help you to move forward in your life and to bring you a little bit of entertainment and to share with you our own lives. That's something that I definitely want to be able to do more of. I think that sometimes people consider me to be a private person, but there are opportunities where I think when you share about your life, it does help people and inspire them. And so I definitely want to leverage the platform to share more about myself and even some of my own struggles as an entrepreneur, as a single male, all that I want to bring to the show because you never know who it might touch.
Absolutely. I think you can definitely count on the transparency. So everything doesn't have to be perfect. You've got your day one, but I'm very much a progressionist. So no matter what I get checked off the box, it doesn't matter. I might do a quick pat on the back and then right after that, okay, what's next and what's higher? What can I do better? How can I improve? So that's some of our mindset as far as how we kind of are relentless as far as trying to continue to grow and learn and expand. So you can definitely look forward to that.
So as we move forward, we will be sharing on the screen the YouTube channel that you'll be able to go to watch the show. And also we will share our social media handles right here on the screen. One of the things that I definitely want us to do before we end every show is to share an inspiring word, an encouraging word to each of you before we end, because I think that people need encouragement. People need to be inspired. And you never know who may be listening today who just needs that one word to keep going. And so we'll let you look into this camera and share your inspiring word today.
Okay, so hopefully I get this right. I'm actually going to quote myself, but it's been a while. So I like to say one's connection to the people depends on the lens of similarity. A smile and a wave are universal. And I came up with that quote after I went to Haiti in 2017 and obviously working with various people. And it was an opportunity for me to see, hey, I thought I had one lens, but now I'm looking through a totally different one. And it's amazing if you can look at life like that.
And I will look at you on this camera and share with you one of my favorite quotes. It's the quote that actually inspired my business. And it's from the late Dr. Miles Monroe. And he simply says this. He says that the greatest tragedy in life is life without purpose. Life that simply has no direction. Moreover, life's greatest failure is to be successful at the wrong assignment. We all have an assignment that we were created to fulfill. The question is are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to dig deep to identify what that assignment is? Because it is my firm belief that true success is the fulfillment of purpose. I know that there are all the things out there that the world says, money, cars, homes, being popular, being a celebrity, and all those things are great. All those things I would love to have as well. But why have all those things and never fulfill your purpose? I'll say it again. Why have all those things and never fulfill your purpose? Here's what I know for sure. You have a purpose to fulfill, and it is the hope and the mission of the MPower show to help you to fulfill your purpose. So Donzaleigh, episode 1.
In the bag.
In the bag. Until next time, just remember this. Always shoot for the top.
Always.
Because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. Peace. Take care.